In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the shifter handle on this Ford F-350. Located right next to your steering wheel, so let's get started. Because we have to remove the ignition switch for this job, the key does have to be in the on/start position, and obviously we don't want to start the engine or have the ignition on, so we're going to disconnect both batteries. This being a diesel engine, it does have two. If you only have one battery, just disconnect the one. Use a 13mm socket, loosen up the mounting nut for the terminal. Looks like mine is spinning over here, so I'll have to hold it. Once you loosen it up enough, you should be able to pull the terminal right off the battery and set it aside. Now let's remove the ignition cylinder. To do that, stick the key in the ignition, turn the key to the run position. Use a straight pick from underneath where you'll see a ball. This right here is the pin or ball that you're looking to press on, just like this with that pick, so it can release the ignition cylinder and then set this aside. This will allow us to take this top cover off since the cylinder goes over it. Now there are 3 Phillips head screws to be removed from this lower cover so it can come apart. On the other side, we'll have to remove the adjuster lever. If your truck has one, you can use some pliers to help loosen this up. It just turns counterclockwise and is unthreaded from the inside lever. There we go. Now you'll be able to separate this lower cover and pull it off, as well as the top cover. Using a pocket screwdriver, pry on this little tab down here to get the shifter boot off. Remove it. In here you'll see a wire. This is for the overdrive button. We're going to have to follow that and disconnect it. Follow this overdrive wire and you'll see that it leads right over here on the other side of the steering wheel. It wraps around this other harness, and that right there is the lock that we're supposed to press on. With a pocket screwdriver, pry this out, fish the wire out. Take a small punch and a hammer and tap this pin out. Try not to lose it. When it comes out the other side, grab it. Okay, there it is. Set it aside safely. We will be reusing it. And now you can take the shifter right out. And there it is. Take the new shifter, slide it into position. The boot is attached to this one, so we'll have to work around it. Drop the pin down. And use a hammer to finish tapping it in. Let's slide the boot down and into position. Lock it in down here. There we go. On the other side, this boot actually has to drop onto this pin and lock in. The old one was not locked in, and it's most likely because somebody has already been in here. Just push it down nice and tight. And that leaves us with reconnecting this electrical connector, which I spun this harness around. You can see the plug for it right here. All right, that's plugged in. Make sure it's not pinched anywhere. And of course, make sure it clicks so it can be fully locked in. Reinstall this top cover now and make sure that the boot lines up with it as you do that. To hold this top cover in place, you can install the ignition switch at this point. Now slide the lower cover in place. These should clip in, but obviously they don't get locked in until you put the screws through. And last but not least, the adjuster lever for the steering wheel position. Thread that in. Make that nice and snug. Now let's reconnect the battery, or both batteries if you have two. Tighten up the terminals. That's snug. That's nice and snug. If you can't move this around and spin it on the battery post, it is plenty tight. You don't need to continue tightening. At this point, once again, reconnect the other battery if you had to, and job is done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.